This is a short video to show you how I store jewelry after I've listed it. This happens to be some of my handmade jewelry. I'm going to give you a couple tips on being able to find it when it sells. First thing I do is store every pair of earrings in its own bag because I have 6 different styles here. This is different because this has the circle on top and that has the rectangle on top. So I'm going to get these stored in bags, and then I'm going to show you how I number everything. I have some little labels, and I'm going to write the date, which at the time that I made these, it was 01 January 29 24, and then I assigned a number to these, the first one as number 1. So I'm going to put number 1 here, and I'm going to repeat that, the date 01 29 24, number 2, 01 29 24 3, 01 29 24 4, and then on the last 2 pairs of earrings, they're similar but different. I'm putting the date 01 29 24. One I called 5A and one I called 5B. So each of these little bags is going to get a label, and I need to make 3 of these. I forgot I need to make 3 for these. So let me do that and I'll be right back. So I put a label on the bag, and I'm getting a lot of glare here. Sorry about that. These 3 are 01 29 24, 01 29 24, and a 1 because they're all the same. So I'm going to set these aside. This earring with the pearl is number 2. So 01 29 2. Make sure you have good stickers that aren't going to fall off. I have 2 bags that are number 2. And I have 3 bags that are number 3. So that means 3 labels. Make sure you get the right number on the package of jewelry, whether it's earrings or whatever it is. This one's number 4. I have 2 of those. And then this is my 5A and 5B, which I have to be very careful that I get it correct. It's 5A, another 5A, so I have 2 pairs alike, and then I have 5B. So now that everything is labeled, doesn't even matter if they get mixed up because they're going into another bag. It's just I think an Aldi bag. And sometimes I put a label on here because it's easier to read than if I write directly on the bag. And when you're going to garage sales and church rummage sales, you can pick up some labels really cheap. I paid $1 for these. Probably would have been $6 in Office Depot. So what I do is I write the date that I made these, which was what? 01 29 24. And I'm putting Avante jewelry on here because that's what it is. It's my handmade jewelry. Got the date. That's what I really care about, is the date. I rarely list or lot more than 1 batch of jewelry a day, so I'm not worried about the date being repeated. If you like this video, give it a like, comment, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe. So everything goes in here, and then it goes into one of my storage drawers, and I need to put a new label on here, but this is my Avante drawer, and you can see the dates on here. Now if I only made a few styles that day, then I just put the date on here and I don't have to number each one individually. I can tell just by looking at it. But that's how I organize my jewelry, whether it's handmade or whether it's, costume or fashion jewelry. That's how I organize it. Let's take a look behind the scenes of our eBay listing. First of all, I have categories set up, so I'm going to Avante Jewelry. If you've never set up categories and that's something you'd like to learn about, leave a comment and let me know. And I'm sorting by the time left on the far right column because it's the last thing I listed. Well, I guess some things rolled over. So do you see the custom label SKU column here on this geometric pair that I have it set up with the date 01 29 24, video number 5B. That's because I made a video on this. for our new channel, Avante Jewelry. If you don't know about that, I'll put a link at the end of this video if you want to check it out. So there's 5B, here's 5A, number 2, number 1, etc. So it's very easy for me to find the jewelry, because when we print out our packing slip, which we use for internal use only, remember that, internal use only, I include the custom SKU on that so we can find our inventory, find our items. But let's go in and take a look at one of these, and I'll show you where you can find it in the listing, just in case you don't know. Got the photos, the title, and then custom label SKU. This is private. Only you can see this. Your buyers do not see this. And this is where I put in the date that I listed the item. Sometimes I put the date that I bought something, and I made myself a note, vid for video, and number 2. And of course I know it's earrings. I could put ER here, but I know it's earrings. And that custom label SKU is extremely helpful. What I have found is the easiest way to set up for a packing slip is to go into any of your items that you've paid and shipped, something that you're already done with. And I just sold this pair of earrings recently. So I'm opening the drop box here and I see print packing slip, the second item listed, print packing slip and more. You have an option here to customize. So let's click on that. This is where you can choose to include the custom label. But keep in mind, you don't want your buyer to see your custom label. You might have private information in there like we do of what we paid and where we bought it, etc. But we don't send our packing slip to the buyer. I see no need for that. I stopped that years ago. But this is where you check custom label. And I don't check ship from name and address or return policy or all this other stuff, because it's for internal use only, so why waste the ink? But that's where you customize it. Once you hit done from your phone or from your iPad or desktop, you should be able to print a packing slip and it will default to what you set up. You don't have to set it up again, it will default. At least that's how it's always worked for us. So yeah, so check that out, print packing slip. Here's a better example. So 2 Sarah Coventry pieces. Open this up, print packing slip. I'm going to block out the buyer's name and information, of course. We already have it set up to show the custom label SKU right here. I'll close that. But right here, it might be called a packing slip. For us, it's a pool ticket. And we have the custom label here that tells us, I listed these on September 7th of 23. I bought them at Concordian Lutheran Church on August 12th, 23, because I typed that into my custom SKU, and paid 25 cents for the earrings and 25 cents for the pins. And each one sold for $12 plus ship. So that's how we utilize the packing slip. And for those of you who are concerned that I'm wasting paper and wasting ink, well, I don't consider it a waste at all. It's a very helpful tool. And we write the shipping information on it. I store it away, and once a year I take them to the credit union to be shredded. It's such a simple process, and it sure makes it easy to find when it sells. I hope you found this short tutorial helpful on how I organize and store my jewelry. It's really a shame that buyers don't see the category unless they click on here. There's our Avante jewelry category, and there's the jewelry that I have listed that I've been making and putting on our channel, Avante Jewelry. Starting that channel is something that I've been wanting to do for 4 years, at least 4 years. And over my recent break, I started playing around. As I said, I'll put a link at the end. I haven't videoed all of this jewelry, just some of it. Some of it I already had listed from making it a while back. Thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with Avante Avenue, and Mark and I will see you soon.